All right, I want to show you a few more, just a few more that we can practice with completing the square. Okay, remember that we're using this when we want to find the equation of a circle. So I'm going to say that I have x squared plus 6x plus y squared minus 2y equals 10. I don't know why. Okay. So remember the first thing that we wanted to do was we want to leave a space. X squared plus 6x plus, we're going to be adding something here, plus y squared minus 2y, and then we're going to be adding something here, is equal to 10 plus, we're going to be adding something for the x and something for the y. All right, so we can start. I'm going to show you with algebra tiles for the x's and then with the box method for the y's. So I'm going to take an x squared, and I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's because of the 6x right here. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to erase that. I'm going to split them, 3 of them on that side and 3 on this side, because the whole point is to make a square. All right, so it has to be the same on both sides. All right, so we need to figure out what is going to go in that last spot. So we know that this length here is an x, and this length here is 1, 2, 3. We also, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And then this length is an x, and this is a -1, -2, -3. So to figure out what goes in that other box, we need to make sure that we can multiply to get it. So we would be doing -3 times -3, which is a positive 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now we've made a square. Okay, so we added 9 to that one. And then the other method is the box method, which is essentially the same thing as algebra tiles. So we're creating a box. This is just something that you would be able to do on a test without having algebra tiles in front of you. So we start with a y squared, and then we have -2y. I did not even catch this, guys. I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be a positive. Positive, positive, and positive, which would make this a +3 and a +3, but still 3 times 3 is 9. Whew. Sorry about that. I was jumping ahead of myself. So then from here, now this is where we're using the negatives. So this is a -2y, which means that we are going to have one of them here and one of them here. One -y there and one -y there. And then if we figure out the common thing that we would be taking out of the top row is a y. The common thing that we're taking out of the first column is a y. And what would be left? So what times y will give us y squared? That would be a -1. -1 times y gives us y squared. Same thing in the other direction. Y times -1 will give us a -y. So then we need to take the -1 and the -1 and multiply them. That will give us what goes in this box. -1 times -1 is a +1. So we added a 9 here. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. We also added a 1 here. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So now we can simplify it. Right? So on the first part, the x's, now we have x plus 3 times x plus 3. That gives us x plus 3 squared. You also could have just taken half of the 6. For the y's, we have y minus 1 and y minus 1, which gives us y minus 1 squared. And then finishing this off, 10 plus 9 plus 1 is 20. So then that would be the equation of your circle. Okay, I'm going to show you one more. Okay, so let's do x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 4y minus 9 equals 0. Okay, so first step, get all the x's together. So here's an x, here's an x. So we have to get them together. So x squared minus 8x, and then we need to leave a space to add something. And then all of our y's we need to get together. So plus y squared plus 4y, and then we need to leave a space to add something. And then we don't want the 9 on this side. We want to move the 9 over to the other side, so we need to add 9 to both sides of the equal sign. So that will be equal to 9. Okay. So I'm going to this time do the box method with the x's, and then do the algebra tiles with the y's. No, I'm not. I am not going to do that because I don't have y algebra tiles. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So we have x squared, and then we have negative 8x. So I'm actually using the negatives this time. So I have 4 on one side. Oop. I need to switch them the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the thing that will fill these are the ones, so we can count how many. Where'd they go? Okay. Yeah, and it's saying 17, so there's one in here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Great. Okay. So we added 16 to that spot because that length is x, this length is -4, this length is x, this length is -4, and -4 times -4 is a positive 16. But whatever we add to one side, we also have to add to the other side. Now for our y's, So we have a y squared. We have to split up the 4, so 2y here and 2y here, which gives us a y, 2, and 2. And 2 times 2 is 4, so we're going to be adding 4 here. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side. Okay, so now for our x's, we're going to have x minus 4 squared. For our y's, we're going to have y plus 2 squared. And for our numbers, we're going to have 9 plus 16 plus 4, which 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 will give us 29. Okay, and remember the other shortcut is always, when we're getting into this spot, we can take the negative 8, divide that number by 2, you get negative 4, and negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then 2 times 2 is 4. And then to get to negative 4 and 2, we can do negative 8 divided by 2, or 4 divided by 2, and it gives us those same answers.